Hello everyone and welcome to episode 8 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel. It's the modern day UFC save as we are at the UFC Fight Night card in Brazil. It's Edson Barboza versus Charles Oliveira, our main event. As the co-main event though, Damian Maia versus Gilbert Burns. That's going to be a fun fight too. As as far as hopefully we kind of carry the momentum of what happened in real life as far as at this point of the recording, as far as this past Saturday, past Saturday. I don't know why I was thinking it was Sunday, but yeah, past Saturday. What a card. We laughed, we cried, we saw people get knocked into another dimension. Incredible upsets all along the way. That's probably my fight of the, not only just the Pantoja Moreno. That's one of my fights of the year, but also that's definitely the card of the year. I don't think anything's topping that, to be honest. Just there's nothing that will have the whirlwind of the amount of not only first round finishes, but the first minute. Like there was 4 finishes, I think, in the first round, or not even the first round. The first minute might have actually been up to 5. Once it got to Bo Nickal's fight, I was thinking it was at 4. Then Bo Nickal made it 5, but it might have just been 4 in general. Oh yeah, just crazy card, crazy card in real life. Hopefully we can get a little bit of that magic here for this fight night card in Brazil. Now, before we get to the card, though, we do have one change of fights here. So, Amanda Ibas was going to take on Mizuki Inoue, but she broke her fingers the day before this show. Unreal that she's training the day before the show, but hey, what am I going to do as far as stop her? But Amanda Ibas, with those broken fingers, we're going to push. We could have just pushed the fight back entirely, but felt like Mizuki Inoue should get a fight pretty relatively soon. So she's going to take on Tiesia Torres at the Ngannou Jazir card that's happening in a couple of weeks. So she gets a new opponent, but she at least gets time to kind of change up the game plan a little bit for her. Ibas will be back around that time, so depending on what happens with Mizuki Mizuki Inoue, as far as depending on what happens in her fight, we might be able to schedule it again down the road, but as far as right now, that has been canned. As for this card, though, we talked about the main already, and Edson Barboza and Charles Oliveira, also Gilbert Burns and Damian Maia, the co-main. What a main event, though. 2 of my favorite 155ers just about to go to war, and it's going to be awesome. Both guys, I think they stylistically match up so well. Obviously, Edson Barboza, incredible striker. Charles Oliveira, credible. He's credible at everything. He can knock guys out. He's a finisher. As far as obviously has the most submissions in UFC history, but he can knock guys out too. He's awesome, man. I can't help but not praise Charles Oliveira enough. But Edson Barboza's the man too. We don't want to just praise one guy. I mean, both guys are awesome. So this should be a fun fight. And Gilbert Burns and Damian Maia. Obviously, Damian Maia towards the back end of his career here, and Gilbert Burns is on the way up for sure. I mean, Gilbert Burns at 170, he's an absolute warrior. He'll fight anybody at any time. He doesn't give a shit. He'll fight injured too. He does not care. But I think it's going to be a fun fight, depending on what happens with Damian Maia there, because I got a bad feeling that he's going to try and grapple he's going to try to grapple with Gilbert Burns, rather, and Damian Maia is going to get caught in a pretty bad way by Gilbert Burns. It's going to be ugly, but we'll see. That might be completely off. Brad Tavares taking on Antonio Carlos Jr. at 185. Of course, the only middleweight fight on the main card. It's kind of funny. We have a kind of one of everything. We got a 155 fight at lightweight. We got a 170 fight at welterweight. We got a 185 fight at middleweight. And then we have the heavyweight fight here. And Marcos Rogério de Lima as Marcos Rogério de Lima taking on Augusto Sasaki, as far as that 265, 255, some big-ass heavyweights there. But we are sending a farewell to maybe not just one, but 2 potential legends of the sport for sure, and Little Nog himself, Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, Jacare Souza. I just felt like this was the perfect fight. Now, in real life, they did Little Nog and Shogun, which that was awesome to do that as well. I just felt like this was a little bit more stylistically. I think it's a bit of a more even fight, because I think what Little Nog can do standing, Jacare can, as far as on the ground. I think each guy kind of has their strengths in that fight, but that's going to be a fun one for sure. prelims. As at 135, Yani Yar against Yuri Alcantara, rather, Jesus, has Alcantara in Yani at 135. I think it's going to be a good fight there as far as, we have two 135 fights on the prelims, but we'll see how it goes as far as, from that perspective. And then Dos Santos here, taking on Alexei Konichko at 170, as Ilizu Zaleski Dos Santos is quite a mouthful, obviously, with the Brazilian names. You got the 4 fucking gimmicks, but I think it's going to be a fun fight at 170. There, Benito Lopez and Bruno Gustavo de Silva at 135. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm not really sure who to hedge my bets there. Gut says Bruno Gustavo de Silva, but we'll see. And then Juan Espino, as taking on Rodrigo Nascimento as another heavyweight fight, 250, 265. Some big-ass Brazilians battling it out there. Then the only women's fight in the entire card, it starts off the prelim as a 115, Estela Nunez, as Estela Nunez and Amanda Bobby Cooper here to kick off the prelim. As, we'll go through the analytics here, see how everything plays out. As, Oliveira finished all of his last 5 opponents. 3rd time that Barboza's main evented here. 2nd time for Charles Oliveira. It's obviously Edson Jr. Barboza, Jesus, as I about said Barbados there. I don't know where my mind's at tonight. As far as Edson Jr. Barboza and Charles the Bronx Oliveira, he's that goddamn man. But top lightweights in the world, Barboza's ranked 9th. Oliveira's ranked 12th, which is kind of crazy. As Barboza trains with Jackson Wink MMA, too, which Oliveira's over a record of 1-0 against other members of the team. It's funny that Barboza's the favorite in this, because obviously we know what Charles Oliveira, he becomes a lightweight champion in real life, but it looks like they're thinking Barboza's going to stop him. Stand-up wise, obviously the kicking, the Muay Thai background of Edson Barboza is just crazy. Highlight guy for sure. And he fucked up so many people on his path here in the UFC. It's crazy to think. I remember when his first fight the one I was thinking that his first fight was the Ross Pearson split decision. No, he had the couple before that. That's the first fight I remember. But I definitely saw Shogun and John though, so that must have been the first time I actually saw him. As that's funny, just as far as from that perspective. I was thinking the back-to-back the Ross Pearson split decision. Thought that was going to be the first fight, but no. As far as my mind has been mistaken. But yeah, as far as a guy that, when you think about, he's knocked out Benil Dariush, he's beaten Pettis, he's beaten Gilbert Melendez, Paul Felder. Had a tough fight with Bobby Green. The decision loss to Michael Johnson, got caught by Ferguson, fought Khabib, which... yeah, but Khabib put him in that deep water, for sure. As of late, though, it hasn't really been going his way. The Paul Felder rematch that he lost by split decision. The Gaethje knockout was tough to see. Kevin Lee, TKO as well. Pretty brutal stuff as far as of late for him. But he's, we just saw, obviously in real life, fairly recently, that he's still the goddamn man. Because you have that type of fight experience, that fight IQ with the ability that he has. They just knock fuckers out is pretty spectacular. And that's crazy to think he hasn't had a knockout with a kick since the, since the Terry Adam fight, yeah. The rest are TKOs after that, yeah, so it's been a while. That's kind of what he was known for, obviously, but he still has had some crazy knockouts, obviously. I think it'll be a hell of a fight, though, obviously. This is going to be make or break time for one, Charles Oliveira. As far as 16-8-1 in the UFC, 28-8-1 no contest. By the run that he's been on since the Paul Felder loss. Beat Clay Guida, beat Christios, beat Jim Miller, Nick Lentz, Jared Gordon. Been racking up names. He's been finishing dudes left and right. The last time he went to decision was Frankie Edgar, because it's impossible to finish that man. Another guy who's fought kind of the best at lightweight. Just fought Pettis, Max Holloway, fought Frankie and Cub Swanson, Jeremy Stevens. Got a decision win over Jeremy Stevens, another tough guy as far as to have to go the distance with him. Beating even though Clay Guida at that time, 2018 is kind of older. Clay Guida is still a big name. Still a big win for sure. Fought Cerrone, I remember that. Was was that the fucking what was that channel? The Fuel TV? What the fuck era? I think that's when that was, because I think that's what because that was the Czech Congo Pat Berry card. Yeah, I completely forget what happened to the Nick Lentz fight. I wonder if it was this. I don't know. I'm assuming it was a headbutt or a kick below the belt, something like that. They just stopped the fight, making a no contest. It's crazy. They never. They did do the rematch. I was about to say, yeah, he got him with a guillotine. Kind of crazy. They took so long to rematch, and then fought Jim Miller too. Boy, your first pay-per-view fight against Jim Miller, tough break. It's getting thrown into the deep water there. But yeah, this is a big fight for both guys. This should be awesome. That should be an awesome main event. As Gilbert Burns and Damian Maia. Both are worldwide welterweights. As Damian Maia 11th, Gilbert Burns 18th. Burns trains at Hard Knocks 365. As Damian Maia has an overall record of 0-1 against other members of the team. Burns has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Damian Maia is the favorite. Very shocking. Very, very shocking to see some of these broadcast staff picks. Because Gilbert Burns, 17-3, he's on a win streak here. Just beat Gunnar Nelson. Last loss was to Dan Hooker. He just beat Konichko as well. And obviously, we're going to see him on the prelim. It's his first fight night in a while, because he's usually been on the ESPN cards. Oh no, this was a fight night back in April. As far as a lot of fights. 3 in April. As far as I had 3 in September as well. So probably going to get a couple more here in 2020, because, he's Gilbert Burns. I love him to death. I want to see him fight as much as I can. Damian Maia, though, 42 years old, still fucking ticking. And as far as the Ben Askren fight, that was obviously kind of Ben and Maia, if this would have happened maybe around 2015, 2016, it might have been a little bit more exciting. But, obviously a guy that he's going to look for that rear naked choke. He's not really much of a threat stand-up-wise, but the guys he's beaten, though, Carlos Condit, Matt Brown, Neil Magny, Gunnar Nelson, even Ben Askren, John Fitch. It's crazy he lost to Jake Shields, but Jake Shields, that's a tough fight for him, because both guys stylistically make a lot of sense. I forgot the Woodley fight was a pay-per-view. Was for the belt, rather. Covington and Usman, just kind of the future of the welterweight division there. Had to get run through real quick, but I also lost to Weidman, too. And I'm trying to think, his first fight was, I remember the Ed Herman was the first fight I remember him seeing him at, but he fought Ryan Jensen, too, at UFC 77. So yeah, definitely, talking about from way back when, fought Anderson Silva, too. Yeah, he started off as a middleweight. That's crazy, he fought Kendall Grove, rather. Because I do remember that fight. Yeah, it was the GSP Koscheck finale card. God, I was a freshman in high school. Oof. The Chael Sonnen, the Triangle. Yeah, he's got a resume on him. He beat Masvidal too, split decision, but he still beat him. Yeah, that's crazy. We might run that back. That could be a fun fight to run back, depending on what happens here. Assuming he's going to retire, but you never know. If he can beat Gilbert Burns here, but Gilbert Burns is such a awesome stand-up guy. You figured he's going to be a problem for him. Brad Tavares, though, against Antonio Carlos Jr. As he submitted 3 of his last 5 opponents, as both fighters are world-ranked middleweights. Tavares 13th. Antonio Carlos Jr. 18th. This is a pretty stacked fight night card, to be honest. Tavares is the heavy favorite. On the Bloodcast stat picks, at least. First time they fought, Brad Tavares, 17-6, 12-6. And you see another guy that's very much a veteran, as far as first fight, the Liddell Tito, which then became Franklin. Yeah, as far as that was his debut. And the Fuel TV, there we go. The Fuel TV era. Yeah, fought Yoel Romero. And then the Adesanya loss. That was a tough 27 finale. And Nate Marquardt could have won there. It was crazy. When you lose to like Robert Whittaker, Yoel Romero, and Adesanya, it's like just a tough break for you. Just the top of the middleweight division. It's very, very tough. But yeah, one of the young... Yeah, tough 11. That's what I was going to say. He was on the tough show. But yeah, as far as for Brad Tavares, this is a big opportunity to kind of get a huge win in Brazil. Both guys are needing a win. Had the Uriah Hall fight for Antonio Carlos Jr., split decision loss. Marvin Vettori, that's great. They beat him at 207. Don't remember that fight, because I definitely saw Nunez beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey. And that was the end of the year, too. So you always try to watch those kind of end-of-the-year cards. Wow, Kevin Casey. Oh, I don't... I remember that fight happening, but I don't remember seeing that fight. Because I love Kevin Casey, so I try to watch all his fights that I could. I wonder what happened there. Wow, 11 seconds into the fight. Well, that's, assuming something bad happened. Assuming it was an eye poke, kick of the ball, something bad. Yeah, the former Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, as, I think he's now a black belt. He was a brown belt then. And yeah, now a black belt. There goes to the ground, though. I would definitely say Brad Tavares is in a bit over his head potentially there. But Marcos, Nogueira, Lima, because I always forget that there's obviously the Nogueira brothers, but they pronounce the instead of Rogero, they pronounce it Rodrigo, as far as but it's different for each Brazilian. But Marcos, Rogero de Lima against Augusto. Sakai as as far as Sakai, underdog here. He's the 22nd heavyweight in the UFC, or rather, Marcos is. Excuse me, as Augusto is 19th. But Marcos coming in as the favorite, no surprise. Even though he's a veteran for sure. Yeah, he over 70 Muay Thai fights. He's a fucking savage. 5-4 in the UFC. He has fought some tough guys. He started off as a light heavyweight. And they gave him Stefan Struve, which Struve's always a tough matchup for, especially a guy that used to fight at light heavyweight. That's a big jump. Literally taking on a 7-foot-tall giant. But this is a great opportunity for him. I think heavyweight kind of fits him better, especially as he's gotten older. But Augusto is, as far as another Muay Thai guy. So that's going to be huge to have two giant Muay Thai fighters beating the piss out of each other. He's on a nice little win streak too. Beat Arlovsky, split decision, because of course Arlovsky makes it close. Lost to Czech Congo, Bellator 179. Huh. And fought Chase Sherman. As well, this is a good opportunity for him. Very good opportunity to kind of carry that the momentum that he's built up to get a good fight here in Brazil. Both Brazilians are going to look to put on a great show. Fucking little Nog. Minotauro, of course, is his brother, but Minotauro Nogueira himself, little Nog, taking on Jacare Souza. Yeah, Jacare being the favorite makes sense, because Jacare was even beating dudes in the 2020s, as far as should be his last hurrah here for little Nog. 43 years old, 23-9, now what a record, 6-6 in UFC. Obviously, one of the kind of last guys that left Pride to the UFC. Debut, Luis Kane, back on 106. Fought Ryan Bader, Phil Davis, fucking Rumble. Yeah, remember that one? Anthony Johnson fucked him up, Shogun. And that's kind of why, because they already fought before, too. The rematch with Bader, and did not go well, and also beat Ryan Spamity. At least he beat Sam Alvey. So, but yeah, the Ryan Span fight, that was actually a hell of a fight, from what I remember. That was the Andrade Thug Rose card, 237. But, yeah, I mean, as far as, it's kind of crazy. He's beating Tito and Rashad Evans. It's kind of wild. But yeah, that's a big fight. Big fight for both guys. Potentially the last fight for them. Both guys in their 40s. Just felt like, for the two veterans, it's awesome that we saw in real life, obviously. Just this past, fight card with Robbie Lawler. As far as saying "fuck you, MMA god," I'm not getting fed. I'm knocking out someone in my final fight. But usually that's what happens. Luckily, here we might see a potentially great fight. It is kind of crazy the high level of talent that Jacare has fought in the past here. Like, he's fought Robert Whitaker, and Gaslam, and Weidman, and Bronson, Romero, Vitor, fucking Rocco. It's crazy. Yeah, some of those Strikeforce fights were crazy. Beat fucking Robbie Lawler, Tim Kennedy. Beat Brunson twice. Ed Herman. I forgot Ed Herman was in Strikeforce a little bit. I was thinking he was just on the UFC card for the most time. Or the UFC for the longest time. He had Gegard Mousasi too. Francis Carmont. Hell of a resume. Just obviously his father time has caught up to him. He's had some tough fights, but the Weidman fight, I do remember that. From Cormier and Derek Lewis. That was a hell of a fight. That was a war. For sure. For fucking sure. The old Fox days, though, with Jacare and Derek Brunson, the rematch. Being the main. It's weird. I remember watching both these cards, but I don't remember these fights happening. I sure do have remember the Vitor Belfort fight. If I had, seen a clip of it, it kind of restart my memory, but... Yeah, it should be a fun fight here for both guys. Obviously, Jacare, though, with his 7th middleweight in the world. It's a big fight. Big fight for him, as far as to be able to send home a legend. By a former legend. The prelims now, as Yani taking on Alcantara. Yeah, Alcantara. Jeez, I don't know why I can always fuck that name up. But Alcantara hasn't won since February of 2018. It's been a while. And this is potentially a feeding year for Yani, as far as one of the best, grapplers in the bantamweight division. Not only that, one of the best in the world. The man has been around. Yeah, his debut, Mike Thomas Brown at the Fight for the Troops. I do remember the Chad Mendez fight, though. His debut. Rashad and Tito. But yeah, as far as hasn't really fought a lot of big names along his way. I remember the Joe Soto fight. Yeah, it's a big contest for him. Big contest here. The Ricky Simon loss. Ricky Simon's great, so can't really fault that on him. But as he's gotten older, the division's gotten way better. And, this is a great opportunity for Alcantara, but I don't know. He's a jungle fight champion. Was one of the top bantamweights in the world at one time, but I think Father Time has passed up away. When you get fed to Sandhagen, and it's tough, but he beat Joe Soto, so MMA math would dictate that he's the favorite. Yeah, debut, first fight night was against Uriah Faber, though. That's a tough start. Tough start. Yeah, Jimmy Rivera's a tough guy, too. Alejandro Perez as well. Lots of tough dudes. Tough guys. But yeah, this is a great opportunity for Yani Yar to get a win as Dos Santos against Alexei Konichko. As far as Dos Santos has the 5-inch reach advantage. He's finished 3 of his last 5. He's the favorite too. No surprise here, as Dos Santos, one of the best welterweights not only in the UFC in the world. Lost to the Leech in his last fight, which we just saw the Leech here in this save get lost in an upset. But look at the names though. Sean, as far as Strickland. Max Griffin, rather. I don't know why I want to say Griffith whenever I see that, but Max Griffin and Keita Nakamura as well. Also fought Nicholas Dalby in his debut. That's a tough debut. Nicholas Dalby's tough. Big dude, Nicholas Dalby. He's always got the reach on him. But yeah, Alexei Konichko. As far as 21 though. 20-1. Of course, we saw his last loss to Gilbert Burns, which that's a tough debut. Kind of crazy this is a prelim fight when you kind of think of it from that perspective, but just realistically, just felt like this was a good fight to have on a prelim instead of on the main card. This shows you how stacked this card is, to be honest, to have a fight like this where somebody's ranked on a prelim of a fight night. Our next contest, though, Benito, Golden Boy Lopez, taking on Bruno, Bulldog, Gustavo de Silva, as, Benito Lopez has won since December of 2017. Looking to get his first win in a couple of years. He's got the reach advantage, though. 7-inch reach advantage is massive. He has only had one loss, though. Just hasn't, it's been a while since he had the one fight in 2017 and the one fight in 2019. Just been a while, but he's had fantastic fights along the way. He's still 25 years old, still super young. And then Bruno Gustavo de Silva lost in his debut, as far as at 243. Whitaker and Adesanya back in October. Nice little return for him here, as far as potentially get a win. And but Benito Lopez, I mean, when you have that type of reach advantage, it's hard to kind of sway away from him. But we'll see how the betting lines place up as Rodrigo Nascimento against Juan Espino, as Juan Espino giving up a lot of weight. Nascimento making his debut. He's the heavy favorite. No surprise here. Nascimento, though, Dana White Contender Series guys, you see there, just a big-ass fucking Brazilian heavyweight at 6'3". As far as we'll see if he can make it 8-0 here. I figured out it's like he probably doesn't have a background. But Juan Espino, as far as 39 years old, only 10 fights, though, on his record. As far as, with that type of size at heavyweight, it is awesome to see. Forget why he started so late. I think he was just an amateur for so long in Spain, and then he finally transitioned to MMA. But this is a great debut for either guy. Obviously you're hoping Nascimento gets a win since he's so much younger and is able to push forward in his career. But you never know. As Amanda Bobby Cooper, ABC, taking on Estela Nunez. As Estela Nunez is even though she's making her debut, she is not the favorite, as Cooper hasn't won since December of 2017. But as far as Nunez, 7-1 in one no contest. I believe her debut was a win, yes. Oh, that was a one fight, yeah. I was thinking she won in her UFC debut, but guess not. Maybe I'm thinking in real life, though. As for Amanda Bobby Cooper, though, 3-5, a losing record. Not great to have a losing record, but look at the talent she has fought, though. Ashley Yoder, Mackenzie Dern, Cynthia Calavillo, just as far as Angela as well at 218. Like, she's fought a lot of top girls, so you can't really fault her too badly for some of these losses. So this is a great opportunity for her to get a win. As let me remember to turn that down as we get to the prelims. We're set. We're ready to go. Let's see what we get. As this would be a great win, though, for Amanda Cooper, and it'd be a great start for the Brazilians to get off with a win. Very, very close, though. AMC Pinkerton, Brazilian top team, minus 180 plus 140. Relatively same size, weight, age, too. This is about as dead even as they can get. Yamasaki's referee, cage side judges. Nunez gets the good reaction there, as now she's stretching during the introduction, preparing for the battle. Here we go, lazy touch gloves. As Nunez throws some strikes, the fast leg kick, but Cooper was equal to all of them. Cooper looking to shoot in, brilliant sprawl. Now they come to get toe-to-toe with strikes, neither fighter can really land anything. A couple of jabs from Cooper here, as Nunez is pushing the pace, but it's not really going well. She's not landing anything. She steps in to avoid the jab, and now she fails on the jab, but hits the high right head kick to the side of the head, though. Do love that. As Nunez scores with the jab, also gets another glancing blow with a high kick. Cooper is off target with the jab, connects with the right hand. One of these head kicks is going to knock her out, though. I just got a feeling. Doesn't dribble opponent with a combination of the body kick. And he's stalking forward again. Back into the pocket she goes. Fails on the jab, but lands the right hand. Tentative jab from Cooper lands. There's a left jab and a leg kick from Nunez. Cooper manages the counter jab. Another head kick coming, but this time Cooper steps back to avoid it after she had a quick flurry that 2 of the 3 punches land from Nunez. Estela Nunez having a great debut so far. 2 left hands in the exchange from Cooper. Nunez uses the left jab and also has her big right hand follows up, misses. Cooper with the left hand, and there's another wicked head kick after the left jab, and knocks her down. Look at the finish of the fight here. She gets saved by the bell. Estela Nunez getting it rocking to start it off as, ABC's in trouble as both fighters step in and strike here. Cooper misses left jab and also kicks the lead leg, though. Nice little leg kick. Another head kick attempt from Nunez. That doesn't land, though. Left jab. Forwards the big right. Cooper very much tense. You're down the first round, obviously. You need to hurry up and recover, but so far she's just getting kicked to fucking death here. Now a kick to the leg. As Cooper misses the big right hand, here comes Nunez with the counter with a quick left jab and a left roundhouse kick to the body. Cooper with the takedown. Can't get her again, but she got over against the cage. Might be able to trip her down. Now looking to just grab both legs and take her down. Yeah, it's a great takedown. Scramble, though, immediately. As Nunez comes out on top of it in side control. Well, there went that. As she tries to move the guard, but Nunez doesn't allow it. Minute left. And just gotta stay on top. Yeah. Just outclassed her. It's crazy. They're gonna give that 10-9 to Cooper. I would give that 10-9 to Estela Nunez, but that's just me. Two fighters engaging here to end out, to start off the third, rather, excuse me, as Cooper fires off a counter jab doesn't connect. As she fails all the strikes that land in a combination, and then also attempted head kick. There's a nice jab at a head kick, though. Pair of jabs from Cooper. Left hand hits the mark, but the big right head kick is wide. Nunez, I mean, it'd be great for a finish, but I think she's up 2-0, so we'll see. Nunez lands a jab. Straight right hand that lands hard. Nunez is breathing a little heavier now. Cooper looking for another takedown now. She's got her up against the cage. That's not good. As now, again, Nunez with the scramble. Yeah, now Cooper loses out on the scramble. I just don't get it. How so? Like, she's dominated like 99% of the round besides a takedown. Like, I just, how can you give that woman the fight? I don't understand. Now some powerful shots landing now. Looking to really pound away to end out that round. Yeah, I mean, it should be 30-27, but we'll see. Yeah, of course one asshole's going to give it 29-28. Great win, great fight from Estela Nunez. And even, Amanda Bobby Cooper, that was a tough debut. Debutee to fight against. Because I think Estela Nunez is going to be tough girl at 115 in the strawweight division for sure. She's going to be a problem. Just by the way she fought there. She's a menace. As, she thanks everybody to the Brazilian top team for helping prepare for the fight and our sponsors for supporting her financially. As, Juan El Guapo, man. As, Juan El Guapo Espino taking out Rigo Nascimento. As, 9-1, 7-0. The favorite is man making his debut in Nascimento. We'll see what happened to two giant heavyweights. The American top team, though, for Juan Espino. So you'd think he would have an advantage as far as having the fight camp. But both kind of, I think Nascimento's going to be better on his back. But obviously Espino with the wrestling background. We'll see what happens. As the Brazilians are already off to a good start. We'll see if they keep it going. There's two left hands, but Espino evades the big right. Again, Espino's trying to get something going off a takedown. But yeah, I mean, Nascimento's a fucking savage. Jab is wide, right to the side of the ribs. Candid step left jab, hits the right hook. Left jab, but Espino avoids the big right punch. Nascimento's already getting tired. That's not a good sign. Here comes the takedown. Oh boy. It's going to keep him very, very tight. As Nascimento looking for the triangle on his back. Here we go, trying to work past it. It's a scramble. Nascimento's still on his back, but he's still dangerous off his back. Wow, fucking mounts him now. Well, there went that. There's a hard elbow right on the cheek of Nascimento. Oh, now he gives up his back with about a minute left in the round. Looking for the rear naked choke. Going to have to get his hooks in there. Oh, now just trying to finish the fight here. I mean, you can't really fault him there. Well, what a round for Juan Espino as far as that's a great start. 10-9 there. Nascimento, got to work on your cardio, sir. As Silva pressed the right hook, counters with a quick left hook. Boy, you can't be fucking blown up. I guess that's a heavyweight for you. That's a UFC heavyweight. Stumbles way into a clinch. He's looking shattered. As Nascimento's trying to get him against the cage. He does so. Some dirty boxing now. Looking for the sweep. He sweeps him down. Yeah, he's got him up against the ground here. Let's see. Looking for an arm from the bottom. Oh, and he got him. How about that? Espino with an arm bar on the bottom. And I thought he was going to have some trouble on the bottom. He just gets the fucking submission in the second. What a win. The underdog so far. 2-0 too. His American top team, praising his team's American top team is Juan Espino and his various sponsors, all fans again at the point. What a win! What a win! Oh, what a win indeed! As Benito, Golden Boy Lopez taking on Bulldog Bruno Gustavo de Silva. As 11-4-2, 10-1, relatively similar records, but obviously the more veteran for the older fighter. Team Nogueira, Team Alpha Male. Now, excuse me. As this is going to be a big fight for these two guys, for sure. I mean, especially Benito Lopez. He needs a win in the worst of ways. Steve Mazzagatti, our referee. Cage side judges. Oh, great Sal Diamano. Get ready for a fucked up scorecard. As De Silva, using the left jab, Lopez avoids the right. Two fighters strike without any significant damage coming in. into the pocket now, stepping into the pocket as De Silva lands the left hand and the right hand. Yeah, Gustavo De Silva's doing a really, really good job here. Lopez with a left in the exchange. There's a jab that hits home. Gets him with the right hook. Exchange strikes happens right in the center of the cage. Neither fighter can land anything good. Forcing a strike exchange now as De Silva avoids the jab. Able to move into the pocket. 1-2. Lopez was equal to it. Loving it. Missing the left hand in the exchange. That was a quick 1-2. Doesn't land either blow. Exchange strikes happens right in the center of the cage. Nothing comes of it though. Doing good stuff here. De Silva 4-6 strike exchange. Fires off a counter jab. Doesn't connect though. Hits a left jab. Hits a sithering kick to the legs of Lopez. As De Silva again initiating the strike exchange. 2 left hands and a straight right. I mean, he's just fucking up Benito Lopez. It hasn't been close. Looking for the head kick. That misses though. Left jab. Misses the right hook from Lopez. And now he's off target with a jab. But it's the right cross. That's the end of the first round. Obviously, Bruno Gustavo De Silva is the winner of that first round. Lopez has a tough go about him. You know, that's... I thought it was going to be a lot closer than what this has been. It has not been. The betting odds got that right for sure. As Lopez misses the big right hand. Here comes De Silva with a left jab and a big right hand that just misses though. Left hand exchange from Lopez. Fails to land on the combination that ended with a attempted roundhouse body kick. Bobs out of the way of a jab. Moves in the pocket. Connects with a nice jab and a nice right hook as well. Lopez looking for the takedown, but De Silva took the initiative first. There's a left hand, then scores the leg kick. 2 fires engage with strikes. Nothing really significant comes of it, though. Lopez comes in looking for the strike, as he almost stops the takedown, but he's left hopping on one leg. Is unable to complete the takedown now, as Lopez pushes him against the cage. Now, just showing complete control here, as Lopez smothering him against the cage. Close quarters here, as they're punching for about half a minute up against the cage. Still trying to keep him up against the cage, but Bruno De Silva does a good job as far as getting enough space to clear out and circle back around, as doesn't connect with the left jab, hits the right cross as Lopez. Left jab doesn't connect with the right hand. As exchange strikes happens right in the center of the cage, rather, but neither fighter can really land anything. Same thing here. 2 left jabs and hits him with a powerful leg kick, and that's the end of the second. I think another round for Bruno Gustavo De Silva. So Lopez is going to have to finish him here in the third, and I don't think it's going to happen. Well, it goes for the takedown, doesn't get him though. Kind of against the cage at least. Maybe potentially can take him down, but nope. Works enough space to clear out and circle out. And there's a jab and a right hook that's blocked. There's a jab and a leg kick from Bruno De Silva as he's setting up to shoot. But again, De Silva aggressively took the initiative. De Silva hits a left hand, but misses the big right hand that follows up. Lopez misses the right cross as he leaves him open for the counter. It's a jab and a right hook that's avoiding the last possible second. Slipping past the right hook and counters with a left cross as De Silva. Lopez is now limping now. Looking again for that takedown. I don't think he's going to get this takedown. Because even when he's got him against the cage, De Silva just can wrestle away from it and escape. Like it happens every time. But there's a nice little 1-2 from De Silva. He's starting to breathe a little heavier now. And there's a jab. Dodges the leg kick, though. Another takedown attempt. That's not happening. Got him against the cage. And again, he escapes it. There's a left jab. Misses the big right. 1-2. That lands clean. And Lopez finally gets the takedown. Too bad it's a little too fucking late there, bud. Sure, you won the round, but it's going to be 29-28. Bruno Bulldog Gustavo De Silva. What a win. 12th win for him. Team Nogueira gets one. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it was rated good, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. As he wants to take on Mark De La Rosa for his next contest. He praises his team at Team Nogueira. Is very responsible and fans to come and support him as well. We'll see how that goes. It's Dos Santos taking on Alexei Konichko as Konichko 20-1, 21-6 for Dos Santos. This is a crazy card to be on. This is a crazy fight to be on the prelim. First of all, 2 great Muay Thai guys as well. Got 2 fight camps here. This is going to be a tough-ass fight. Mazzagatti staying out there. Cage side judges. Dos Santos fighting in front of my own crowd. We'll see. The Brazilians kind of got some momentum back again. We'll see what happens here. Both fighters come together and strike. Dos Santos with a jab to connect with a low kick. Nice little 1-2 from Konichko. And then slip past the right hook and counters a left kick to the body. There's a jab and a kick to the lead leg from Dos Santos. There's a 4-punch combinations with a right cross. Konichko is lighting him up. Yeah, there's 2 counter left hands, though, from Dos Santos. There's a jab and a sithering kick to the legs. Loving it. Now they're going toe-to-toe with strikes. There's a vicious right hand to the body from Konichko. Damn. Got him with the knockdown, with the body punch, and looking to finish him off here in the first. He does so. Well, what a fucking win for Alexei Konichko. 21-1. As, my god, the body shot dropped him. That is, I mean, at 170, though, that's a lot of power to be dropping somebody like that. That's a huge win, though. That was a great fight, though. That was awesome. That lived up to expectations for sure. He thanks everyone connected to Red Devil Fight Club, rather, as for helping him prepare for the fight. Sponsors for supporting him financially, and that's about the knockout. Says that he managed to land that last punch perfectly. He knows that he can always rely on his punching power. Yeah, a fucking body shot like that is crazy. As our final prelim here, as Alcantara as taking on obviously Yani as 26-10-1 no contest, 36-10-1 no contest. So almost similar records, just 10 more fights. Well, both Brazilians, so at least the Brazilian's not going home without a victory here, but unless it's a draw. But I doubt that's going to happen. Herdine's a referee. Cage side judges there. Both guys get a good ovation here. Fight begins, they meet in the center. As Ani misses the right cross, here comes the counter. Alcantara attacks with the sequence of quick jabs, followed by a good left hook. As Yani comes forward and the two fighters start trading blows, there's two counter jabs from Alcantara. As Yani fails to find Oman's jab, but he lands a low kick to the legs. There's a nice jab and a leg kick now. Meet in the center. Went for the head kick, but it's off target. He lands a left jab. Alcantara misses the right jab and scores with the right kick to the body. Right jab from Alcantara misses. Oh, hits rather, but he misses the attempted shot to the body. Clean right hand from Ani, but he misses, doesn't connect with the left jab. Oh, he rocked him with that right hand. See what he's got here. And there's a head kick. Knocks him down. See if he can finish the fight here. Alcantara's taking some heavy shots. There we fucking go. Herbine stops the fight. TKO victory in the first round. What a prelim. Some great finishes in the first. Some great fights all around. Yeah, that was awesome. Great prelim. And giving thanks, Yani praises team at Constructor Team, as various sponsors and all the fans that came out to support him. So opening the card, potential retirement, maybe 2 retirements here for Jacare Souza and Minotauro Nogueira. See how Minotauro does against Jacare Souza. Minus 460 is the betting line favorite. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot more one-sided than that. X-Gym for Jacare Souza. Team Nogueira, of course, for Little Nog himself. Yamasaki's a referee. Yeah, someone's going to die. And cage side judges. Vocal support for both guys. A lot of family and friends here, obviously. And they're both local. Everybody's coming out to see this fucking fight. Let's start off the main card. They touch gloves. They engage. Misses the big right hand. Here comes an off-balance shot from Nogueira. It's a jab and a great right hook. Misses with the left jab. Just about lands a head kick. Left jab, but comes up short with a body kick. Does Nogueira. Looking for the takedown, but Nogueira doing a good job of pushing the pace. There's a left hand and a straight right. Some strikes and a fast leg kick, but Jacare's equal to all of them. Nogueira studying his opponent. And I'm waiting to see a takedown attempt. Hasn't happened yet. Jacare's looking to stand up with him still. I think that's a bit of a mistake. We'll see, as they're still standing and trading in the center of the cage. Neither fighter can really give anything here. There's a jab, but misses the right hook. Oh, there's a head kick that fucking knocks him down. Looking to finish the fight here in the first after the head kick, and he does. Tough break for Little Nog. Gets caught with a head kick. That was actually a good fight going into this, because, I mean, Nogueira was really piecing them up, landing a lot of shots. Just one head kick changed the whole entire fight, as he thanks Overconnect X-Gym for helping over the fight and his sponsor for supporting him financially. Doesn't retire. How about that for fucking Little Nog? As Marcos Aguero de Lima and Augustos Sakai as Augustos for 14-1-1. Marcos Lima 16-6-1. Minus 260 plus 200. Barboza MMA, Top Brother MMA, both Muay Thai fighters. This should be a fucking exciting one. Yamasaki's out there again. Yeah, and somebody else is going to die on this main card by the looks of things. Round 1 begins, they touch gloves, they get a strike, there's a jab and a leg kick. Throws a quick punch, and then lands 2 of them, and then just about lands a head kick. Jesus Christ. Another head kick that just about lands from Augusto, as Marcos with a left jab also drives a kick into the thigh. Oof. As Marcos again with a countering the right hand with a jab and a good kick to the leg. Left jab doesn't connect with the right hand. Marcos doing a good job of these 1-2s. There's a jab and a nice right hook. The leg kicks are definitely... Yeah, there's another one. I mean, he's already lighting him up. There's a left hand from Augusto. As Marcos throws 3 quick punches, lands one of them, then lands a glancing high kick. As Augusto with a jab and also scores a left hook to the body. So good stuff. Off target with a jab, scores a quick kick to the lead leg. Scores with a brace of jabs and misses the right hook. Yeah, Marcos is just lighting him up with these leg kicks. Soft target with a jab, also can't hit the right cross. Should be a good counter, but Augusto misses the right cross, and he's still limping. Very noticeably. There's a jab, misses the right hook. There's a fucking jab and a leg kick. Well, I mean, yeah, Marcos de Lima definitely up 1-0 to Augusto. And see what happens in the second, as now Marcos is starting to breathe a little heavier, which makes sense. Fucking UFC heavyweights. 5 minutes, and that's all they got. As Marcos now still off target with a left jab, but he lands a leg kick. There's a left hand from Augusto. Nice little 1-2 from Augusto. That lands. Nice roundhouse kick there. Oh, he rocked him with that fucking roundhouse kick. Going into the Muay Thai clinch now. Oh boy. Let's see. What's he got going for him? Well, somehow counter jab doesn't connect though, so that didn't go over well. Yeah, so that's gets out of it entirely. Wow. Yeah, as Augusto managed to get out of that one. Now here's some jabs and some more leg kicks. Yeah, throw in the fucking towel, corner. As Augusto getting rocked with another 2-punch combination. Quick left, straight right. Good right hand from Augusto, though. And now he's starting to slow down. Energy as he's still limping noticeably hard. Off target with a jab. Lands the right hook. Or lands the right hand, rather. But Augusto hits a jab and has his right hook blocked. Still limping noticeably. Has another fucking leg kick after the jab. Misses the jab. Connects clean with the right hand, though. There's Augusto. Oh my god, as fucking Marcos gets countered with a massive right hook on the jaw, and he knocks him down. Augusto looking to finish the fight in the second. He does so. What a fucking comeback. What a fight. Goddamn. Making that his 15th professional win. 15-1-1. I mean, what a fucking upset. What a fight. And what a comeback. I can't believe Marcos didn't win that fight, though. The way that fight was going, I thought he had that in the bag. Lightened him up with leg kicks, rocked him, even dropped him in this second round, and still couldn't, or didn't knock him down. He rocked him, and he got out of the clinch, survived it, and ended up finishing the fight on a counter. He gives a name check to everyone. Top Brother MMA, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, famous sports. Has a lot of respect for his opponent, though, and praises his toughness, which, yeah, that makes sense. He's getting his ass kicked for most of that fight as Brett Tavares taking on Antonio Carlos Jr. This is an all-timer right now for this fight night here. This has been pretty awesome, as I'm sure this crowd is loving it. See the Brazilians can get back another win streak. I know obviously we just saw 2 Brazilians go at it, so I don't like to count those, but as far as against the non-Brazilians, as far as they've only lost once tonight. But yeah, Brad Tavares is the heavy favorite, minus 400. I think it's a lot closer than this. We'll see. I think it's a lot closer. I think it's like, minus 200, plus 200, if it was me. But we'll see. Mario Yamasaki's referee. Cage side judges there. As Antonio Carlos Jr. getting a good reaction from his fans and from finding from our own crowd here tonight. As fight begins, they touch gloves. Tavares catches him with a nice jab and then catches him with a right hook. Another jab and a roundhouse kick to the ribs. Looking for a takedown attempt. He's got him. And that is what we thought. I mean, Antonio Carlos Jr. is a hell of a fucking legit black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. When he's down there, he's going to make sure that Tavares is not going to have anything to work with. Yeah. Oh, Tavares keeps his guard secured. Keep pulling in tight there. Doesn't want to get caught here, obviously. Both guys don't want to get caught here. It's very interesting. He's respecting Tavares' ground game on the bottom. Same thing for Tavares, as he's respecting Daniel Carlos Jr.'s. Now Yamasaki's going to stand him up. Minute left in the first. There's a weak tentative jab. Quick punches landed, though. Now, again, Daniel Carlos Jr. with another takedown. Yeah, I mean, I don't love it, but I get it. At the same time, wish he was trying to finish the fight. Maybe he'll try here in the second. Another takedown, yeah. Just going to keep him close to him. Devil underhooks. Controlling him well now. Trying to get past guard and get better position. And they end up scrambling. Tavares is up first, but it's quickly to grab him up against the cage. It's Tavares now. Smothers Antonio Carlos Jr. up against the cage. Hits him with a quick elbow. Got him up against the cage again. And now Tavares punishing him with some dirty boxing. Knee strike to the thigh. Some more dirty boxing now. Now he's trying to use his wrestling to prevent any damage from coming in. He's lighting him up, though. There's a couple of knees of the ribs now. Yamasaki's going to separate him again. Minute left in the second. Moves in, preparing the throw. Looking for a takedown attempt. Couldn't take the initiative, though. Connects with a nice pair of jabs and a hard low kick to the legs. Doesn't get the takedown either. First time gets stopped, but he's got him against the cage. He's probably going to sweep him here. Yep, and he's got his back. And he got saved by the bell potentially there. As, yeah, I mean, I would actually give that to Brad Tavares. I know it's kind of weird since Antonio Carlos Jr. had those takedowns, but I just felt like he did more damage. We'll see. As it's either 1-1 or 2-0, depending on your scorecards. Tavares needs a shot like that, a nice jab and a crunching leg kick. Another sithering kick to the legs. Some more shots here. There's a jab and a crunching right hook. Weak flicked left-hand jab from Antonio Carlos Jr. There's a left jab now as far as Carlos Jr. avoids the low kick. That's the setup. Beautiful straight right here. And looking for another takedown. Can't quite get him. Got him, maybe potentially got him against the cage. Looking for the trip. Can't get him down either. Tavares now in the dominant position. Quick elbow. There's a cut above the eye. Couple of fucking shots here against the side of the head. And another quick elbow. Side of the stomach. Like, he's done so much more damage than Antonio Carlos Jr. has. He won the first, did Carlos Jr., but he didn't win the second. I don't think he's going to win this round either, even with this takedown with a minute left in the round. I just don't see it happening. It's a scramble. As far as he's on his back, though, as he's aware of the submission threat, though, as he keeps him very tight to Tavares here, prepping with short strikes. Yeah, we'll see how the judges score it. 29-28 Tavares, 29-28 Antonio Carlos Jr., and 29-28 Carlos. Fucking Sal Diamano. Of course. That's a tough break from Brad Tavares. But I did say it was going to be a close fight. And it just sucks that it came like that. Because I really do think that third round, Tavares had him. You know, just my opinion. I think he had the second too. Yeah, I know he had the 2 takedowns. But again, I just felt like he did more. Did Tavares. I think he landed more shots. Did more damage, for sure. But I get it, though. You look at the entire fight. It's hard to not give the guy who had 5 takedowns and had all those strikes on the ground, but that all came from, like, the first round. That's kind of the thing with that, so it was weird. Weird. Sucks to see. As he gives a name check to everyone at Top Brother MMA, obviously responds to all of his friends, famous supporters. Antonio Carlos Jr. says that a tough fight gives respect to his opponent. So our co-main event, Gilbert Burns, Damian Maia. This is going to be a fun one. It's been a night of the underdogs, and I am shocked that Gilbert Burns is the underdog in this fight. We'll see how it goes, because I think his stand-up is so much better than Damian Maia's. I get that Damian's probably the better grappler, but if he just gets caught one time with one of those bombs from Gilbert Burns, it's over. Absolutely over. 2 Brazilians, though, get a good ovation from this one. His exchange strikes doesn't go anywhere. Burns on the attack. Damian Maia misses the right hand. Call Maia to left hand, nothing but air on the big right there. Not a good start to this one. And now there's a left jab, but Damian Maia dodges the body kick. And just not a whole lot of strikes landing here so far. Jab misses, also has his left cross blocked as Maia. Misses the big left hand, allowing Burns to counter with a jab and a right hand. Yeah, Burns now comes forward and 2 start trading blows. There's a jab but misses from Maia. Connects the jab, nothing but air on the big right. He's going for the big knockout punches, but he's not landing them. It's a jab and a left hook to avoid the last possible spec. And there's a fantastic right cross. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Knocks him down. As Gilbert Burns looking to finish the fight here, and he will. Easy money with that one. Gilbert Burns, I don't know how he was the underdog in that fight. He has so much power. He is a fucking force at 170, and gets the big win there over Damian Maia. Tough break, though, for Damian Maia, but just, yeah, I mean, Gilbert Burns is a savage. Raised his team at Hard Knocks 365, always very responsive to all of his fans that came out to support him. Again, surprised he didn't retire. Edson Jr. Barboza, Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. What a fucking main event. What a card this has been. This has been awesome. Hoping for a great fight here. Plus 190 for the underdog, but it's been an underdog night for Charles Oliveira. I think he's got a great chance here. So I think Edson Barboza, if he keeps it standing, obviously he's got a good chance. But just Charles is so big. He can finish anywhere, any fucking place, on the ground, in the clinch. He'll catch you in any hold he can, and he'll take your fucking ass out. Yamasaki, though, was our referee. Cage side judges, again, vocal support from both guys here. Opening bell. Barboza with a great start here. 2 left jabs and a roundhouse kick to the ribs. 1-2 from Barboza, fares land, and he gets a hold of him now. Pulls him into his guard. Yep. Oh, defends it well. Wow. Takes control of the clinch, too. I thought that was going to be it. I thought for sure he's going to get sucked into his guard. Looking for the Muay Thai clinch. Oh, boy. He's got him. Oh, well, there goes fucking that. Barboza knees him into oblivion. Knocks him out cold. Sorry, Charles Oliveira. Felt like I set you up for that one. I cannot believe that. I thought for sure he was going to suck him to his guard. And that was going to be it. What a win. What a fight. What a main event. Thanks everyone to Jackson Wink MMA officers, sponsors and all that fun jazz. But yeah, I mean, just I love that card. That was fun. I can't believe only 3,000 people showed up for it. But what can you do? What can you do? Creeped up popularity basically everywhere but Australia. Yeah, I mean, performance bonus for Gilbert Burns for sure. Yeah, one for Barboza too. I'm giving one to Brad Tavares. He probably should have won that fight. Big comeback, though, for Augusto. And yeah, they'll probably do it. Probably performance for Alexei Konichko, though. And Estella. Yeah, Estella Nunez. Yeah, it seems fair. A lot of bonuses, but I think a lot of people deserved it. It was a hell of a night. Yeah, we just made just under $1 million. Barboza was $290, Jacare $220, Maia $180, Burns $105. Yeah, boy, ABC gets her ass kicked for $1,000. I love that. But yeah, what a fight! What a fight card that was. What a fight night in general. That was awesome. You gotta love Brazil. You gotta love going there. It sucks about Brad Tavares' potential screw job, but it is what it is. A tough fight. It was a close one. Could have went either way, honestly. Not too upset with that. It just sucks that it was Sal D'Amano was the one that put the hammer in the fucking nail of the coffin for Brad Tavares. But yeah, I mean, as far as the next fight night, I believe is back in America. I believe. Yeah, for this one coming up. I forget who's even the main event of that fight night. I was going to hope to wait and see. But, boy, it's taking forever. I think we're just going to call it. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.